growing. It's growing when we water them.
How long do you think it's going to take?
A long time.
A long time? We'll have to be patient, won't we?
Yeah.
Encinitas resident Greg Bullock is digging in his garden with his daughter Eleanor. She smacks her shovel down between two cucumber plants. She's named them Jojo and Rosie.
Let's see how Rosie's doing today.
She's doing good.
She's doing good.
When Bullock moved into his house, he set up a system that pumps gray water from his washing machine to his garden.
And that's just a simple on-off valve.
For plants like Jojo and Rosie to use.
You know, some people thought we were crazy 4 years ago, but no, I think there's a tipping point now.
The small ones are still growing.
The tipping point is California's massive drought, which has led to drastic cutbacks across the state.
I'm issuing an executive order mandating substantial water reduction across our state.
But Encinitas Mayor Kristen Gaspar says her city has long had a water-saving mindset.
I'm really proud of Encinitas residents because I do believe that we have a culture of water conservation already in place and an extreme level of environmental awareness among our residents.
The wealthy beach community has a reputation for being environmentally aware. It has a 37-acre botanic garden filled with examples of water-wise plants.
They're kind of reddish. It's in a low plant like that.
Thousands of visitors, many of them Encinitas residents, walk its grounds each year and get tips on how to save precious water. And it's working. The city's main water district was one of the top 3 in Southern California that slashed its water use the most over the past 2 years. It cut back far more than any other city in San Diego County. Still, Encinitas residents use on average more water than San Diego residents. Encinitas is served by 2 water districts, and one of them hasn't cut back. The Alevinheim district in the eastern portion of the city only reduced use by 2% in April. Gaspar says that's likely because the district covers much more than Encinitas.
You have to look at where the boundary lines are drawn, and we have some more of our agricultural rural areas being served by Alevinheim Municipal Water District.
The San Dieguito Water District, which covers the coastal portion of the city, only has to cut a little more to get to the state-mandated 28%. But Gaspar says that will still be a challenge.
We know that our customers have done everything that they can to conserve, and now asking them to conserve again is another challenge. So we're trying to find ways to incentivize at this point and also up our outreach into the community.
Both districts have similar rules, including limiting water to 2 days a week for no more than 10 minutes. But the San Dieguito district also set up special pricing that rewards water savers and punishes big water users.
This was all grass, and so I've taken out all my grass, and I said, you are seeing it in its ugly phase. It's going to be lovely when I'm done.
Diane Hazard is redoing the landscaping at her Encinitas home.
And I feed them my kitchen scraps.
She also composts for her garden.
I've turned my property into a sponge.
And set up a system to collect rainwater that flows down her driveway.
So I'm moving the water, directing it around the house and down and collecting in the back. So there'll be a rain barrel on this side of the house, behind the garage and over there as well.
Hazard has lived in her home for a long time, but says the drought encouraged her to make changes now.
When I first moved out here, it was in the 80s, and we were also in a drought. There was a lot of drum banging, but it didn't seem to stick. And when the water came, that mentality went away, and I think that's wrong. I think we really weren't meant to have big grass yards and be water guzzlers.
Starting this month, Hazard and her neighbors will have to cut water use a little more. Still, they're gallons ahead of the rest of the county. Claire Trageser, KPBS News.